China, home of Oriental mysticism, land of dragons, harbor of luxuries, origin of many occult practices. A country today known for its wealth and economic standing, which rests upon the back of a culture that holds hard work and mutual responsibility at great esteem. This results-oriented competitive environment is ironically also the birthplace of the philosophy of the Tao.
What is Tao, and why is it most often associated with the philosophy and religion of Taoism? Essentially, Tao refers to the way or the path and the natural progression of things in life, you could say the flow, and it is generally associated with Taoism because it is a more Tao-central philosophy, a Tao-central religion. Taoists generally preach following the Tao. They believe that it is the correct way of living your life and to not push ourselves in any particular direction.
Besides Taoism, other Eastern philosophies also make use of the term Tao, but their understanding of what Tao is varies. For Daoists, Tao is often synonymous with the true cosmic nature, but for Confucian philosophers, the Tao refers to social morals and ethics and the way that people should behave. Confucian thinkers believe that it is more of a one-size-fits-all when it comes to morality, while Daoists believe that the Tao varies from person to person and that there's a different standard for each individual. The unique Tao for everyone is that which comprises the cosmic Tao and links us all together. The Tao of something is what differentiates one person from the next or one thing from the next. The Tao of a king is different from that of a sage, and so their paths and their lives will be different. The degree to which a person will flourish or stagnate depends on how much they resist their Tao. The more you accept, the more you flourish, and if your experiences are taking you on a certain path, you will be at more of a benefit to accept these objective cosmic ways rather than following your socially internalized view of a good life. Wu Wei is a term scattered about in Daoist texts meaning actionless action. It is what is believed to be the right approach to life. And it doesn't mean to have no action, but rather to have no unnatural action. To not push against the tide, to not forge a path, but rather to follow the one that is unlaying itself before you. Life as we know it is a very subjective ordeal. As we are looking at it from our own perspective, how things should be, what our definition of good or bad is, Taoism believes that there is no good or bad experience. Going through poverty, illness, abuse may be as worthy an experience as wealth, health, or whatever the opposite state of abuse is. Nothing is objectively better than the other, and yes, some may feel better than others, but that doesn't mean that they are objectively good.
This notion that human beings can't tell the difference between what is actually good or actually bad is expressed within a really famous story told by Daoists. And this story goes that there is a man who had a horse, and this horse ran away, and everyone expressed how sad they were for his loss, and he remained neutral about it, saying that we don't know if it is a good or a bad thing. Then the horse came back, bringing along with it a second horse, so everyone congratulated him on this win, but he again remained neutral about it and said that we don't know if it is a good or a bad thing. Then his son goes on to ride the second horse and falls off it, breaking his leg, and everyone again expresses their sadness to him about this tragic event, and he remains neutral about it and says that we don't know if it is a good or a bad thing. Finally, the story ends with a war breaking out and the son not getting enlisted into the army because his leg is broken. So from this story we can see that a human being's capacity to be able to judge whether an event is good or bad is very limited, and our understanding of this concept is limited to our feelings and limited to our understanding of the event through its immediate effects. And so we can see that human beings are generally more immediately concerned, and it is very strange because we live a lot and we plan a lot for our futures, but we do not have the foresight to let our lives play out, and we are very immediately concerned at the same time. It is just one of those very strange paradoxes of life.
And because we don't really know what our lives should be like, and because there is no set standard for a good life, Daoists believe that we should follow the natural unfolding of our lives and not push and force ourselves in any particular direction. Every life is worth living. Every experience is worth having. These can be beautifully freeing concepts, as it allows us to embrace our own path and accept all the things we would have deemed as unsavory or unfavorable, and not be miserable when they happen to us. Rather, we can see those experiences for what they truly are, meant to be. Daoism's message may be particularly relevant to people today, living in societies polluted with subliminal messages on what we should expect our lives to be like, what a good life is.
Now, this may vary person to person or country to country, but there is a certain set standard for what a good life is made out to be like. This can include some general things like being married by a particular age, having a house, having kids, having a particular amount of success and notoriety in your career, having a certain amount of money. But now with the rise of social media, the level of detail that we attach to these expectations of what a good life looks like is far more detailed. Instead of it just being having a house, it'll be what kind of house you have, what it looks like, how it should be inside. And instead of just having a relationship or being married, it might be like what your relationship should look like, how the dynamic is. Maybe you make it out to be like the one that you've seen on TV or after a vlogger who you follow religiously online. We attach a lot of detail to what we expect our life to look like now.
These subliminal expectations that hit us day after day, creating these standards for our lives which we stress to fulfill, no matter what it costs us, sanity, time, energy, money. We push, and when we finally get what we wanted, we realize it doesn't fill that void of desire, and so we move on to the next thing. So, if nothing's objectively good or bad, why have any expectations at all? Why imagine an ideal reality if no such thing exists? What is good for one person may be bad in the eyes of the other, and who knows which one is right? To live a simple life with few things, or to live a luxurious one with many pleasures? To die in your comfortable bed at an old age after spending a stable, safe life to get there, or to die young, living to the fullest? Every reality has the possibility to be good or the possibility to be bad. It simply depends on the eye of the beholder. Perhaps it is better to be open-minded to what our own destinies have in store for us, rather than making ourselves sick to fit into a tiny box.